Well, just as we feared, the Raleigh real estate market is getting crazy again. Hello everyone, this is Chris Morton, real estate broker with the Morton Bradbury Real Estate Group. So let's get into all the details. So typically we expect to see the Raleigh, North Carolina real estate market start popping and getting really hot and bothered about the second week of March. The spring market, as everyone calls it. This is the time when the most people are out looking at houses and it's go, go, go and crazy busy. Unfortunately, for us and for a lot of other agents I've talked to this week, this first 2 weeks of January, not March, but January, has been extremely crazy. We've had a ton of business come to us, a ton of people come and ask us to help them buy and sell property, and thank you guys if you're out there. And I've talked with a lot of other agents and they're saying the same thing. They're seeing a lot of people coming out of the woodwork, and so we're gonna try to figure out what's going on with it and hopefully help you guys out if you're thinking about buying or selling a house this year. So as we all know, everyone's been sitting on the sidelines because interest rates have been so high. So it's caused the buyers not to buy and the sellers not to list their homes and sell, and it's been kind of a stagnant point in our market for the better part of a year now when interest rates started shooting up. However, we're starting to see something crazy happen. For example, we've got a buyer who's made two really good offers on two different homes and have lost out on both of them. These homes have literally been sold out from underneath these people before they could even actually put pen to paper and make an offer. This is unheard of in January. January is usually the time when people that are serious about buying a house can go out and get the pick of the litter and pick the house they want and are happy, and the sellers that are selling are happy, but that's not what's going on right now. In fact, home prices are up a whopping $19,000 in Wake County, where Raleigh is right now here in January. It's unheard of. It's insane. So why is all this hubbub and activity happening right now? Well, interest rates that used to be in the 8s, the high 7s, well, that's come down. Now, today, you can get, for a 30-year conventional home mortgage, you can get a 6.75% interest rate at the time we're filming this. If you go the FHA or VA route and get an FHA or VA loan, your interest rate is down to 6.15%. It's really, really good, especially compared to 8.15%. So this is causing a lot of people to jump back in and get interested in buying a house again, mainly because, you can sort of swallow and absorb a 6.5% or so interest rate in hopes that it's steadily going to start coming down into the 5s and then refinance after the fact. So that's probably what's getting people going, at least initially. Another thing driving this hubbub and activity is investors are back. So for the longest time, as interest rates went up, it just wasn't making any sense for someone to invest in a home, to do like a fix and flip, or to turn it into a rental property, because the interest rate would eat up any profit you had. Well, as the rates are starting to come down, the interest in investing in property is starting to go up again. We're getting a number of people coming out of the woodwork from literally all over the country calling us to ask us to help them find investment properties these days. In turn, what that's doing is what little inventory we have is getting absorbed by these investors, making it even that much more difficult for the normal everyday buyer to go out and buy a house. So really, for these investors, they work off of logic, and so that interest rate reduction has helped, but also they've been waiting for this market crash that the YouTube experts out there keep saying is going to happen, that frankly still hasn't happened. And a lot of people feel like now is the time to get back in because the market looks like it's getting stronger and interest rates are coming down. And in fact, this market for investors have gotten so hot and heavy. We've got an investor client that one of our team agents has been working with who's been putting in offers on houses and has missed out on two different houses themselves, just like that regular buyer did that we talked about earlier in this video. So it's getting crazy from both sides. So obviously what all this means is the spring market is starting earlier this year. We expected, again, middle of March to be when things got going. It looks like it's happening middle of January. So obviously beyond those interest rates we talked about, the other thing that's driving this growth and this activity here in the Raleigh, North Carolina area is people just keep coming. We continue to get very positive press here in this area about being one of the top areas to move to in the entire country. And so people are moving and people are moving and people are moving here. And let's face it, you got to live somewhere. So people are in turn buying houses once they get here. So how does this affect you if you're planning on buying a house? Well, great question. And before we get into that, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, we would love to be your real estate agents. We are the #1 relocation team in the entire Raleigh-Durham Triangle area. We help people just like you buy and sell homes all over the Triangle every single day, from starter homes to luxury homes and everything in between. Give us a call or email us at hello@mortonbradbury.com and we'll get things started for you. So as we said, how does all of this news impact you if you're considering buying a house? Well, it may mean, hopefully not, but it may mean that you may be subjected to having to pay higher due diligence fees, higher earnest money fees, and possibly even pay over asking price for a house as this market gets more and more competitive. So also know, if you find a house that you really like, you may need to be aggressive and jump on it quickly. There are a lot of lazy agents out there, and they may have a listing and they may convince their seller to take the first good offer that comes along. That good offer could have happened this morning. You're planning on seeing that home after work or this weekend, even worse still. It may get sold out from underneath you before you even get a chance to see it. So just know that with limited inventory, you need to be that much more aggressive. And so how does all this news affect you if you're thinking about selling your house? Well, this may be a great time to sell because there's a lot of interest happening right now. A lot of people are interested in buying houses. Better for you to get in on the front end of the rush and before you have any competition, and then you're able to sell your house that much quicker and for that much better of a price. And so what about the new construction side of things? Well, we're already seeing activity increase in the Apex, Cary, Holly Springs part of the market. And unfortunately, this could result in that we could, and I mean could, hopefully not, start to see those builder incentives that we talk about all the time on this channel. We could start seeing those disappear. Currently, there are a lot of strong incentives right now. We're seeing upwards of $25,000 in closing cost credits given from the builder to the buyer, which in effect means a $25,000 price reduction in the overall package of you buying a home. These can be used for like interest rate buy downs, closing cost payments, even help offset the cost of buying appliances. These are great incentives, and unfortunately these could potentially go away as the market starts heating up and more people are in, more and more people are demanding a new construction home. So what can you do as a buyer in this market? Well, let's give you some practical tips. Number 1, be decisive. By that I don't mean make a rash, knee-jerk reaction decision to buy a house. What I do mean is make sure you're very crystal clear on all of your wants and all of your needs. And we talk about this all the time on this channel. We have our clients fill out a questionnaire where they list out the things they absolutely must have in a house and all of the things they really would like to have in a house. Get very crystal clear on that. Know that no home is going to hit every one of your needs and every one of your wants and like to have list. Know that if you can get some house that's going to hit 7 or 8 out of your top 10 or 9 out of your top 10, that's probably a house you need to jump on, because you're not going to get much better than that, because unfortunately no house is perfect. But get really crystal clear on what you need and what you want so that when that right house comes along, you can make a move on it. The number 2 tip we have for you is don't overspend on a house. Just because a seller has a price they've listed a house at, that doesn't necessarily mean that is the exact price it should be paid for that house, that's what the value of the house is. That's where we come in as an agent for you. We can pull comparable properties and have a good look at what's really been trending in the area and can let you know if the house that you're looking at that maybe hits all of your wants and needs, if that house is overpriced and is too expensive for the market and is likely to sit for a while, or if it's something that you need to jump on because the price is perfect. And of course, the third and most important piece of advice we can give you is don't panic. I know this video has seemed like it's been a lot of doom and gloom and scariness if you're thinking about buying a house. We don't mean it to be. We just want to give you the information about what we see could be happening out there in the next couple weeks and months. But don't panic. Know that we're here to help you. We're happy to provide any advice we can. And so if you're considering a move either into or out of the Raleigh area, my real estate team and I would be honored to be your agents of choice. You can give us a call on the number below, click on the link in the description, or simply email us at hello@mortonbradbury.com. And by the way, I think you're really going to like this video as well. Check it out. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And of course, like this video. And we hope to see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.